तक बिजली मुफ्त देंगे। जैसे दिल्ली में करके दिखाया, वैसे ही उत्तराखंड के अंदर हमारी सरकार बनेगी। 300 यूनिट बिजली तक हर परिवार को मुफ्त बिजली दी जाएगी। हर परिवार को हर महीने 300 यूनिट बिजली तक मुफ्त दिया जाएगा। वी विल स्टार्ट ऑन अ क्लीन स्लेट। पुराने सारे बिल माफ किए जाएंगे। 24 घंटे बिजली देंगे। नो पावर कट।
सस्ती लोकप्रियता से बचना होगा और हमें सतत विकास के लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त करने की दिशा में आगे बढ़ना होगा।
You're watching News Epicenter with me, Maria Shakil. Parties are framing their strategies for the election season next year, and it seems the road to power is being charged with the free electricity pitch coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party. Arvind Kejriwal has promised free electricity up to 300 units, 24/7 power, and the waiver of pending bills in Punjab, Uttarakhand, and Goa if his party comes to power. The party aims to replicate its popular Delhi model in these states, which has sparked both criticism as well as mimicry from other parties. In Punjab, which has seen an unprecedented power crisis recently, Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh has dubbed Kejriwal's pitch as a drama to fool people, but has revisited, in fact, his earlier promise of free electricity up to 200 units, clearing 500 crore for the state power board. The BJP has accused the Aam Aadmi Party of playing cheap politics, but has vowed to give free electricity up to 100 units and a 50% in fact discount on the next 100 units in the poll-bound state of Uttarakhand. Even in Uttar Pradesh, the Samajwadi Party has now put up posters promising free power up to 300 units. But while these populist measures have been good politics, they are bad economics clearly. India's per capita power consumption is barely a third of the global average, and there is a public sector monopoly of the power infrastructure. In this country, we still have an insufficient generation capacity. There is wastage due to old power grids. State electricity boards have racked up crores in debts. Power theft continues to be a problem in multiple states, and such a model leaves no incentives clearly for investment in this sector. The debt of the power sector continues to be an albatross around the necks of multiple state governments, but is always trumped by good politics. The question remains, while power consumption cuts across all political and social lines, is it a winning election formula? And can there be a one-size-fits-all approach? Joining me on the show, Zafar Islam is Member of Parliament of the BJP. Atishi is Aam Aadmi Party National Spokesperson. Aman Panwar is a Congress spokesperson. We also have Anil Razdan, former Power Secretary. Atishi, I'm going to begin with you. What makes Aam Aadmi Party think that a model which worked in Delhi can be replicated in every state? Let me give you one example. Goa, for example, is a power surplus state.
Maria, the problem is currently not whether Goa or Uttarakhand or Punjab have power or don't have power. States which are power surplus and states which may have a deficit of power, people are experiencing the same crisis. Be it in Goa, be it in Punjab, be it in Uttarakhand and many other parts of the country, you still do not have 24/7 electricity. Number one. Not just that, high electricity bills are a phenomenon that can be seen in Punjab, they can be seen in Goa, it can be seen in Uttarakhand. Why are people paying such high prices for electricity? And third, as you yourself pointed out, along with all of this, you have collapsing infrastructure. You have poor quality infrastructure where transformers, cables, they are all falling apart, and that is the reason for long power cuts that many states have. In Delhi, we have been able to turn around all of these three. It is not just that electricity has been given at cheap rates. We have been able to provide 24/7 electricity and improve power infrastructure. Not just this, DISCOMs, which have been known to be in the red, not just in Delhi, but throughout the country. Since the Aam Aadmi Party has been in power, the economics of the DISCOMs in Delhi have turned around, and they have actually started coming out of the red and making profits. So the Delhi model is something that works for the industry, works for the government, works for DISCOMs, and
Does
most
it really?
importantly, it works for the people.
Okay, Mr. Razdan, does it really work? Does the Delhi model work?
Yes, of course, it does work. Any model which is based on efficiency and efficient performance works. And I think if there's a model which works on which is based on competition, will work even more.
But Mr.
Better,
Razdan,
I would say.
but Mr.
We
Razdan,
should
how does this
certainly
subsidy?
improve the services and provide.
Okay,
a
my
clear
question is, how does this subsidy regime in a high-income Delhi be replicated in other states? Don't you think it's unsustainable?
You see, subsidy. Sorry for coming on a little later. I had not got your question clearly earlier. Only Delhi model was talked about. Subsidy is a matter which is for a state government or the government in power to decide whether central or state. The regulator should set the tariff very appropriately for the distributor to collect his revenue. Now, I am of the view that if there is a subsidy element in it, it should be billed directly to the concerned government. In this case, the state government. The state government should pay that liability, and that should come out of maybe of the central bank courses or something like that. Some mechanism like that has to be worked out, because power, water, religious issues, they are all strong political issues, and political parties are bound to play that card. But the regulator has to set the electricity tariff prices very clearly, very appropriately, and where there is a subsidy element, it should be billed directly to the concerned government.
Okay.
In the past, the Delhi regulator also has been at fault.
Yes.
In picking up that what is called the old discarded theory of regulatory, you see, some relief that you give.
Yes, I'm going to come to that point specifically in just a bit, because this is now a political issue. It's about all political parties jumping on this power freebie bandwagon. Zafar Islam, taking cue from Mr. Arvind Kejriwal's announcement, we are seeing that the BJP has also gone ahead and made similar announcement. How does jumping on this bandwagon really help you? First you dismiss it and then you promise the same.
Maria, you have to understand everything in the right perspective. First of all, we have criticized Delhi government and Arvind Kejriwal ji purely because he is trying to mislead the people by promising of giving freebies everywhere. In Delhi, he has done it, and he came to power. He did nothing for the people of Delhi. He felt that this model can be replicated in many other states, and that's why he is on a spree of announcing freebies to people in election-bound states. But this will not work, and that is what the Bharatiya Janata Party people have spoken about it. Having said that, we also have to understand we cannot ignore the life section of the society and people who are suffering, and those who have not got electricity connection even till date. They must be given free electricity connection. They must be given free some subsidies to these people because they need it and they cannot on their own afford it, and that is something that's the responsibility of the state to provide that, and that is what we are doing. But we do not want to play this card for the purpose of getting elected in the election. This is purely on a social ground. We want to help the poor and the needy, but we do not want to use it as an electoral gimmick for when we go to the election, unlike Kejriwal ji, and that is something
but Zafar
which we have
Islam,
highlighted.
you are doing just that. You are announcing freebie just as Mr. Kejriwal has done. In fact, when you have a government in a particular state, you're going ahead and saying that हम लोगों ने इतना पैसा already रख दिया है उसके लिए.
But you have to do a back testing here, Maria. What we have done in the last 5 years? Just see in what state the state electricity board, DISCOMs have been left by the previous government. And what is the state of that department now? That the power ministry was in terrible shape in Uttar Pradesh. Now you have to see the kind of measures which has been taken, the lot of approach which has changed in the ministry in last 5 years has actually resulted in better performance, both in terms of the collection, in terms of power theft, which has been reduced substantially in the state of Uttar Pradesh. And we are also able to reach out to many people in the villages where they had no electricity connection.
Okay.
And that we could do that purely because...
Atishi, a
our
quick
approach was
response
different.
from you.
See, it's very clear, Maria, what the BJP has done. All BJP-ruled states have some of the highest electricity tariffs across the country. So it is very clear what the BJP has done. They have given expensive electricity to the people of the states that they rule. I was in Goa recently, and there are so many power cuts in Goa, and there is such expensive electricity. Why is that? If Delhi can give electricity free, why can't can give electricity 24/7? Why can't other states do it? Second, you raised the question about it being bad economics. Let me tell you that Delhi, despite giving a subsidy for electricity, is the only state which does not have a fiscal deficit. Delhi inherited a fiscal deficit of several thousand crores in 2015. Today, as per CAG reports, Delhi is the only state in the country that is now has a fiscal surplus.
Okay.
Unlike all these BJP-ruled states like Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh, Goa, the Goa government has to take loans even to pay salaries of government employees. That is how much BJP has run down that government over there. Number three, you must remember that it is as an economic policy, if one is giving subsidy to the people of Delhi or the people of any other state, you are putting money in their pocket which can go into the economy
Aman
as spending
Panwar,
power.
respond to this. You know, my question that I asked, Zafar, I'm going to ask that question to you as well. Why do you dismiss what Arvind Kejriwal is doing and then your chief minister has promised the same in Punjab?
Yes. So, Maria, AAP is a master in spreading false propaganda. And I must tell you what the truth is of the Delhi power sector. And I am quoting from the report of the Power Finance Corporation, which is a government.
Let me remind you,
Madam, please,
that in the
I am
last
talking
assembly
on
elections,
figures.
one moment, I'm also talking about figures. In the last assembly elections, Congress in fact had promised 200 units free electricity to all households.
Yes.
Then
yes.
the Aam
Let me
Aadmi
tell you,
Party
I
is
am not
promising
denying any
300
of that.
units. Did you not implement it?
Let me at least begin. And I must begin by telling you that not me, not anyone else on this panel, the government agency Power Finance Corporation's latest report tells you that Delhi's electricity tariff per unit average cost in the country is the highest amongst all states, which comes out to ₹6.85. And if you talk about the tariff which is in the industry sector and you compare it to Punjab, where Arvind Kejriwal is going again and again and saying that I will bring better electricity rates. Now, Punjab is offering electricity in industries for ₹6.10 per unit. Delhi is giving it today for ₹10.69.
For 12
in
hours
commercial
a day.
establishments.
So what
Can
is
you
the point
please
of giving
keep quiet?
electricity?
Can you please keep quiet? I did not interrupt her. Why is she so rattled? Secondly, in commercial establishments.
What difference does it make if you don't even
Madam,
give electricity?
can you please keep quiet?
If you
Maria,
follow,
if
you follow the news in Punjab, Aman, you will know that Punjab is not even getting electricity 50% of the time of the day.
सुनने की हिम्मत रखिए.
आप कितने
Maria,
की भी
can a
बिजली
debate
दे दो,
happen like
बिजली
this?
दो तो
Should I
सही.
interrupt when she is speaking?
Atishi,
Should I interrupt when she is
Atishi is
speaking?
making his opening comments. Let him finish and then I'm going to come to you. Yeah.
Yes. Now the fixed charges of electricity, again, the Power Finance Corporation report tells us, is the highest in the country in Delhi, which is 225 rupees fixed charge any consumer will have to pay for per kilowatt watt for load. And so on the other hand, they say that we have made electricity cheaper, which is a complete lie. Your average electricity cost in Delhi is ₹6.85, and no other state has higher electricity cost than Delhi. So please, firstly, stop fooling the people around you. Secondly, the promises that Aam Aadmi Party made in its own 2015 manifesto. Let me tell you, they said that this subsidy that we are giving is a temporary measure and we will bring down the electricity tariff. In fact, if you compare the electricity tariff in Delhi during Sheila Dikshit's regime and today, the electricity tariff in Delhi have risen by 30%, and they have given 12,000 crore rupees till now during their tenure as subsidy to these private companies which Arvind Kejriwal used to abuse day in, day out. So they said that this subsidy is a temporary measure and we will withdraw it because we will bring down the tariff. On the contrary, they increase the tariff. They have given 12,000 crore rupees subsidy to these private companies. So what they are today doing is that they are trying to sell a very false, a model which is completely full of lies to other election going states, whereas their own house in Delhi is not in order. And I may be doing politics, but the Power Finance Corporation's report, which tells you that the electricity cost in Delhi is the highest in the country, that is not lying, correct?
Atishi, what is also problematic is that another freebie. The water scheme in Delhi has also meant 40% water wastage. It's neglected capital expenditure in supply and almost 17% of the population going without regular piped water. There is reckless subsidies that certainly destroy financial capacity of essential utilities. Isn't that a reality?
No, Maria, that is actually the reverse of the reality. In fact, both in the power sector and in the water sector, you actually see
you are selling electricity at the highest rate in the country, madam. Your electricity is the costliest in the country. Please answer on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
6 rupees 85 paisa per unit is the most costliest electricity Delhiites are buying in this country. No other state is buying electricity at such high prices as Delhi.
And let this be sorted between them, because Aman is asking some questions about Delhi and you know,
let me
Atishi,
answer Aman first.
You're going to face his party in Punjab.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me answer Aman first, Maria, before I answer you. I think Aman's spiel that he has given in the past few minutes is an indicator of why Congress is losing state after state, is because they live in La La
Madam,
Land.
you are selling electricity at the highest rates and we are losing states. Come on, give explanation for this.
Yeah, let me speak at least, Aman. Aman,
Yes,
in case,
please
yes,
tell me.
absolutely.
Please tell me. I'm waiting.
आप सुन तो लीजिए.
I am waiting to hear from you.
Actually, this is the reason why Congress lives in La La Land.
बोलिए.
Yes, because, Aman, if you happen to live in Delhi, I don't know if you do, you would also have got a zero electricity bill for several months of the year. I have. Last year, at least for 6 months, for a 4-person household, I got an electricity bill for almost half the year that was zero. Now, if you are trying to tell me that Sheila Dikshit was giving cheaper electricity than 0 rupees, I would be extremely
Madam,
impressed.
I am not saying this. The Power Finance Corporation, and over time, the way you have increased fixed charges, you are selling 1 unit of electricity at... Madam, मैं दिल्ली में रहता हूँ, आप बहुत अच्छे से जानती हैं, नाटक करने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप बहुत अच्छे से जानती हैं. 6 rupees 85
others also on the panel, and I'm going to give a word to Zafar. Zafar, you heard that as far as Punjab is concerned, the stage is set because this is going to be a contest between these two parties. In Uttarakhand, you are certainly facing Congress and also the Aam Aadmi Party, but you have also gone ahead and made that promise of free electricity. My question is, if this is bad politics, if this is about some reckless announcements, it's not sustainable, then why is this politics of populism continuing?
So, Maria, once again, I'm trying to tell you that Bharatiya Janata Party does not practice this kind of does not take decisions which unnecessarily mislead the people. We are always trying to improve the system. We are trying to work on efficiency, and that is what we have done. Having said that, there is an expectation from the marginalized section of the society, and something which every party has done it, so is Bharatiya Janata Party. But only when the election comes, there are political parties like AAP, like Congress Party, they will make the announcement only to mislead the people. Because once they are in power, they have whatever promises they have made, they will never fulfill those promises. And that is what we have experienced in the state of Delhi. And Delhi model, whatever Mr. Razdan was talking about or Atishi was talking about, Delhi model cannot be replicated in any other state, because Delhi is at the end of the day, is the capital of the country. Situation is very, very different in Delhi than compared to what one has to face in the state of Punjab or Uttar Pradesh or many other states where you face the problem in the rural masses, where you have the problem of theft, power theft. So these kind of measures, whatever the announcement, whatever they have made, we know for
I'll
sure
give
that
the
they will
final
not be
words
able
to
to deliver
Anil
it.
Razdan, former Power Secretary. Mr. Razdan, how does this competitive freebie announcement help the power sector?
Well, it certainly does not augur well for the power sector, which must recover its money from the distribution sector. There are 2 or 3 distortions. Kindly just bear me out. First is the regulators have not been setting, I would say, an appropriate tariff. In the case of Delhi also, there is a concept of regulatory asset which was introduced, which means you recover in the future the present tariff. So that itself was a bad model. The tariff must reflect the true cost. Now, who is to pay that? Now, I think today's world certainly demands that you should have meters installed there, prepaid meters, which help you collect the tariff. Now, people who have to be given subsidy must be given subsidy, and particularly after COVID times, it will be a very attractive proposition because households have gone under debt and the fuel costs are in any case high. So it is, let us be realistic, it is going to be an election plum that is going to be offered by various parties, that they will provide you power tariff subsidy. I see the writing on the wall very clearly.
All right.
But the mechanism of doing it, I think the regulator must be very clear that if you want to give subsidy, you should recover it from the government which is offering it.
All right. Mr. Razdan, thank you so much for joining us, and thanks to Atishi Aman and Zafar Islam. We have really come to the end of this discussion. That's all from me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow.